It's one of the idiots. Huh? Yeah. Kamio, right? Yeah. Second Lieutenant Kamio? Must be someone else's turn to guard Her Highness.
探したぞ。休憩とはいえこの状況でうろつき回るとは。国連軍の程度が知れるな。
Sorry. And it still feels really weird to be talking to her like she's my superior.
まあいい。ついてこい。急げ。殿下がお呼びだ。
Oh. Huh? That means she's somewhat regained consciousness.
殿下、白金健を連れてまいりました。
ご苦労でした。下がりなさい。
はっ。
Thank goodness. She looks much better now. Her complexion's starting to improve. I guess letting her lie down must have sped up her recovery.
白金、ここへ。
Okay. How should I position myself, though?
どうしました？楽になさい。
Like, do I get down on one knee or what? Sorry, excuse me. Guess I'll just sit down.
このまま話す比例を許すがよい。身を起こすと少々つらいゆえ。
No, it's okay. Not really that good with etiquette myself, so it doesn't bother me.
本当にそなたは面白い男ですね。
Yeah, sorry about that.
謝るのはこちらの方です。私が不甲斐ないばかりに、そなたにはいらぬ苦労をかけましたね。
Not at all, Your Highness. You've held up incredibly well. To be honest, I'm genuinely impressed by your mental and physical strength. Even with a fortified suit on, wouldn't have made a difference without her existing feedback data. I'm amazed she endured it as long as she did.
そう言ってもらえるのは助かります。
It's only the truth. But in any case, Your Highness, what did you need to see me for?
神代から状況は聞きました。時間が来る前に。
Of course. Not sure if I'll be of much help, though. It's not like I have much of a say in planning out the operation anyhow. If I wasn't talking to her right now, I'd probably just be sitting by myself, mulling over things I'd rather not think about. Going to see the others didn't really help. If anything, it made me even more stressed out. It's nice to be able to talk to somebody who isn't quite so directly involved in the mission itself.
そなたはどうなのです？
Very.
疲れていますか？
To be honest, it's starting to wear me down, yeah.
それも致し方ないことでしょう。訓練半ばの身で、このように困難な作戦に従事しているのですから。
Well, I mean...
戦果を帝都から遠ざけるためとはいえ、そなたたち訓練兵を矢面に立たせてしまったこと、残念でなりません。
Hey, we're just doing our duty as agents of the UN military. Don't need to worry about us.
それにしても、その黒い強化装備といい、卓越した操縦技術といい、つくよみの名を聞くまで、そなたが訓練兵だとは思いもよりません
Wait, what
で
does
した。
the black fortified suit mean? There are like different colors of suits? What? Oh, yeah, sorry for not making that clear. They're always low on the white fortified suits for male cadets, so they just issued me a standard pilot one for the time being. Okay, so that's why... Okay, so that's why Takeru and Marumo's outfits look the same. Why are the cadet outfits flesh-colored? Why? I want answers, damn it. Why are the cadet outfits flesh-colored? It's like, okay, the black suit, that's what we give to your standard pilots. Yo, at least the UN pilots, like Marumo, and that's what Takeru ended up having. And then you see the American soldiers all have the same colored outfits. Yo, Tsukiyomi's outfit is colored the way it is because of her rank within the Royal Guard. And the same with the three idiots. Theirs is colored the ways there are for their rank within the Guard, so on and so forth. Why are the cadets' outfits flesh-colored if not for, yo, just fan service? Because, like I said, I hate fan service just for the sake of fan service. You're going to give me a reason. It's like, why it looks like they got their biddies hanging out. Like, if you can't give me a reason, I'm going to be like, this is pointless. Why is it flesh colored? You could have done literally any other color. Except flesh colored, and I would have been fine with it. I would have been like, okay. But nah, we got flesh colored. You got skimpy titty outfits now. And I don't like it. After the beta invaded Japan, the IGF started conscripting women and lowering the draft age for men. By the time the UN forces were stationed there, almost everyone getting conscripted was female. The soldiers back on the base all make fun of me for it because it makes me look like I got demoted and forced to repeat basic training again.
そうですか。されど、戦術機起動における突出した発想と柔軟性。国連軍正規兵とて、そな
Really? I don't know, I feel like you're giving me too much credit.
鎧がそなたの期待を押したよし。
Well, thank you very much.
礼を言わねばならぬのは私です。そなたに心よりの感謝を。
No need to thank me, I'm just doing my duty.
当然ですか。
Huh? Well, yeah.
本来ならばそなたの技能、人類の旧敵、ベータを打ち滅ぼすために用いられるべきもの。
Facts.
そなたのみならず、こたびの騒乱に用いられているすべての将兵、武士。それが、このような形で失われていくのは、残念なことだとは思いませんか？
Facts. What's she trying to say? Maybe that Her Highness, that the Japanese head of state, is on the same wavelength as I am about all this? To be honest, I really do think it makes sense for the UN to be stepping in and helping via this operation. After all, ensuring Japan's governmental stability is in the interest of Alternative 4. But it's still not what I would consider ideal, in all honesty. I can't stand the fact that we're wasting our time on this. Because personally, I only want to spend my time on whatever is most beneficial to mankind as a whole. To be fair, I'm sure all the various countries and organizations wrapped up in this mess do think they're acting in humanity's best interest. Until we get rid of the beta, we don't really have a future. I'm sure everyone knows that, regardless of which side they're on. That goes for the Japanese government, the UN, the US, the rebels, myself, my squad, and obviously Her Highness. I'm pretty sure every single one of us is fully aware of what we're up against here. But if that's the case, why is this even happening? We all share a mutual objective, but I don't think it's just a case of differing values causing differing methodologies, like Maya said. I mean, what if our clashing methodologies are what prevent us from achieving that objective?
私は先ほどから考えていたことがあります。
What's with the sudden change of topic? Is it because I never answered a question?
何故あの時、そなたがトリアゾラムの投与をためらったのか。
I never thought Her Highness would try to broach that topic. I fully expected it. It's something I didn't really want to talk about, honestly. It goes right to the heart of the uncertainty I'm feeling right now. In fact, it's what made me realize I had doubts in the first place.
その時のアメリカ軍指揮官とつくよみのやりとりは朦朧となりながらも聞こえていました。アメリカ軍指揮官の言葉、あの者の立場では正しいとそなたは思いませんか？
No, I do. I do think the Major made the best possible call in terms of completing the mission efficiently. Even if it happened to prioritize American interest, it was also the most realistic way to bring a swift end to all this Japanese infighting. And since preventing humanity's defeat is my ultimate objective, it seemed like the ideal course of action from my perspective.
では、あの時のつくよみの言葉はどうでしょうか？
From my point of view, Tsukiyomi-san's argument seemed more emotionally charged and less coldly logical. Kind of felt like she was giving pride and honor so much weight that she wasn't able to keep an open mind. Even so, I can't disagree with any individual point she made, especially when you consider the duties she's devoted her life to. I think she was right.
双方正しかったのであれば、そなたは何故アメリカ軍の将校ではなく、つくよ。
Well, because Major Walken's orders just didn't sit well with me. I mean, I didn't exactly obey Tsukiyomi-san either, I just hesitated. She happened to get her way. As a soldier, I'm supposed to consider my superior's orders to be absolute, so why didn't I? Was it because I just don't like how the US is handling things?
本州を奪還し、国連とのさらなる関係強化が国の基本政策となって以降、手段が目的を凌駕することが日常化し、政府や軍は本来あるべき姿を見失っているように見える。政府は民をないがしろにし、将軍家を傀儡に貶めた。 己の都合や利益のみを考える輩が国を蝕んでいるのだ。そこから民を、将軍家を、そして国を救い出そうというのが彼ら決起部隊の考えだ。
Or could it be that I'm actually feeling sympathetic to Captain Sagiri's cause?
まずはデータを通して戦争を終わらせるべきだろう。人間同士のいざこざなんて、その後は好きなだけやればいい。
理解できぬのなら足ざまに断じるでない。
Ugh, this is hopeless. I'm just thinking in circles here, damn it. If this were something I could figure out on my own, I would have found my answer a long time ago. For now, I've decided to just focus on getting through this. I just have to keep moving forward. So please, don't force me to keep thinking about this.
無理に答えずともよい。
は？
白金。そなたはその優れた資質ゆえに、いつか人の上に立つこともあるでしょう。
Me? A leader?
人の上に立つということは、多くの責任を背負い、多くの決断を下さねばならぬということです。国家や組織は、そのよって立つところが違えば、おのおのに理想や信念が異なるもの。それは人も同じです。何かなそうとすれば、必ずそれを良しとする者と悪しとする者がいるでしょう。されど、それぞれの立場に立って、物を見ることができれば、おのおのがよりどころとする正しさも見えてきましょう。
After all that I've been through, I can say with confidence that I know how hard that is. Especially this time around, when all these different viewpoints keep popping up left and right.
そして、悲しいことですが、それらすべての者たちの望みを満たす道が、常にそなたの前にあるとは限りません。その時そなたは、何によって決断し、どのような道をかの者たちに指し示すのか。
You listen to your convictions. You lean on your core beliefs. I can tell that's what she's getting at.
その時、もしそなたに迷いがあったなら、原点を顧みること、立ち止まる勇気を持つのです。
I knew it. Look, it's not like I don't have a reason to fight. I swore I'd save all mankind, didn't I? Nothing could possibly be more important than that. And yet, here I am, spinning my wheels like an idiot.
そして、自らの手を汚すことを厭うてはならないのです。
Bloody my own hands?
道を指し示そうとする者は、背負うべき責務の重さから目を背けてはならないのです。私はあの時、流れに身を委ねたわけでも、己が死をもって責任を果たそうとしたわけでもありません。私が信ずる正しさに従い、トリアゾラムの投与が最良と判断したのです。
In a sense, I've betrayed that old woman at Mount Tengen, but at the time I believed the decision I made was in the interest of the greater good. I justified it to myself by saying I didn't want to waste what little time we had left on Alternative 5's implementation. If I really believed that, if I really thought saving every possible second matters above all else, then I should have given Her Highness the Triazolam, and yet I couldn't do it. Could it be that I just didn't want to have to do the dirty work myself? Is that what she's trying to say? Pretty much. Was I just afraid of having her blood on my hands? Is that really all there is to it?
私の話はそれだけです。休息中に大義でした。下がるがよい。
I was too afraid to do the dirty work myself, huh? Yeah, probably had something to do with it. No, it totally did. It wasn't just that she was Meia's sister. It was that she was a living, breathing human being. I couldn't make a decision that might end up putting her blood on my hands.
どうしました？もう下がってよいのですよ。
Even though there was a chance that old lady at Mount Tengen would die in the relocation, I knew I wouldn't have to be the guy forcing her out of her home at gunpoint. This whole time I've been blaming this on my lack of conviction. That's nothing more than a cop-out.
白金。
It's not a matter of experience or know-how. Even if you have a ton of both, if you can't bear the thought of having to do something yourself, you don't deserve the responsibility. So basically, I can't make any real decisions.
何か申したいことがあるのではないですか？
No, there isn't. Shouldn't waste Her Highness's time with this. Better head back to my post.
偽るでない。そなた、
Don't fucking lie to me.
私を侮っていますね。
Huh? Wait, what? I really wasn't trying to insult anyone.
そのような険しい顔をして何もないと申すのですか？
I may not be in charge of anybody, but I have been put in a position where I can greatly influence the future of all humanity. And since Her Highness has an entire country resting on her shoulders, I might just benefit from talking this out with her. But can I really impose on her like that?
今さら何を遠慮しているのです。そなたのような態度で私に接した者はこれまで一人としていませんでした。
Yeah, I had a feeling that was what she meant. Sorry.
よい。私はそなたのその気安さが逆に心地よいのです。
Yeah, Maya told me something like that too, come to think of it.
メイヤもあの者もそなたのそういったところに気を許すのでしょう。
A lot of the stuff that's considered common knowledge in this world is totally foreign to me. That was definitely one of my biggest weak points when I first came here. But see, because of that, because I didn't know Maya was related to the Shogun, I didn't have any trouble getting close to her.
こたびそなたの世話になった分、あの者が世話になっている分、ささやかですが返させてもらえませんか？
The idea of imposing on the Shogun herself like this really feels awkward. Guess this world's starting to rub off on me a little, huh? But I might never have another chance to talk about this with someone who bears such a huge responsibility on her shoulders. I feel like if I don't take this opportunity to talk to her now, I might regret it later. For some reason, I think the two of us can have a frank conversation about this, without the risk of misunderstanding or upsetting each other.
私では力不足でありましょうか。
Well, okay if you insist.
Mm.
So I know this might sound weird, but coming from a UN military cadet, but I'm feeling conflicted at what I think is a lack of patriotism for my own country.
Mm.
I do think I understand why Captain Zagiria would go so far as to cause an uprising in order to bring change to Japan. But I just can't see why he'd choose to do it now of all times. To be honest, well, I just feel like there's something much bigger at stake here than all of that.
そなたの言う大切
Exactly what you said a moment ago, Your Highness. We should be focusing all of our strength on defeating the beta. But that's not all I'm trying to say. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like it's the sort of thing you can make sweeping generalizations about either. This is so frustrating. If only I could tell her everything that's happened. There's nothing wrong with being concerned about Japan's future, but can't it at least wait until we've defeated the beta? Because if humanity loses, there's not gonna be a future for Japan. Even a 5-year-old could understand that.
そうですね。
And yet, we've still got America and the UN trying to advance their own agendas. At the very least, they're clearly not making much of an effort to genuinely unify humanity against the beta. You'd think they'd understand what we're up against here. And yet, none of them are even acknowledging that we're staring total extinction in the face. They can't even imagine what losing to the beta will mean for us as a species. I mean, it's all just hypothetical to them, you know? And that's just not good enough. They have to understand that we could be defeated at literally any moment unless we take action now. Damn it, why is it so hard to get this across?
白金、少し落ち着くがよい。
Oh, right. Sorry. Didn't mean for that to turn into a rant. Guess I've been bottling this up for so long. Kinda went off on a tangent. And yet, she just listened the whole time, even though I'm sure she's still feeling pretty sick. But you know, I think I'm actually feeling a little better now. Never underestimate the value of having someone to vent to. This might be the first time I've felt this sense of release since the timeline reset.
一つ聞きますが、
Oh, sure thing.
そなたは何故
Maybe you already know this, but everyone in my squad has some sort of unique baggage. I mean, I'm pretty sure Tsukiyomi-san would have told Her Highness who Meia's squad mates were, but oh well. They're all girls except for me, but every one of them has some sort of connection to this country's national affairs, if not directly. We're all enlisted in the UN military, but every time I talk to them, I can tell how strongly they feel about their Japanese roots. Like when Meia saw the news about the rescue effort on Mount Tengen, she said she was furious about the way they ignored the will of the people living there. We kind of got into an argument about it. Hell, when this uprising first broke out, I said this wasn't the time for petty infighting. Someone actually told me I sounded like an American sympathizer. That someone being Tsukiyomi-san. I guess they felt like I didn't care enough. like I wasn't worried about my own country. If Kiyomi-san thought I was talking like a US sympathizer, or that I simply didn't care about Japan's affairs, it's possibly that I'd sound that way to any Japanese person in this world, even my own squad mates. So I started thinking about what might give people that impression of me, and wondering if I just see the world differently from them on a fundamental level.
その違いが愛国心なのだとそなたは思うのですね。
Well, you could call it conviction, or a set of core beliefs, but I can't tell her about everything I've experienced, so that's probably close enough. Yes, I think the deep familial ties they have to Japan as a nation might be a big part of why they're so strong.
国との深い因縁。先ほども言っていましたね。どういうことでしょう。
Huh? I mean, she doesn't know? I thought Tsukiyomi-san would have... No, wait. I guess if Her Highness had been briefed on the members of Meia's squad, she would have known about me already, but she's given no indication of that being the case. Was not telling her an intentional move on Tsukiyomi-san's part? Did she just not see a reason to, considering there was almost zero likelihood of anything like this ever happening? Well, you already know about Meia, but we've also got the daughter of UN Undersecretary Tamase, ex-IJA General Ayamine, and even Chief Yoroi.
なんという。まさにこたびの件にただならぬ因縁を持つ者ばかり。
Please don't ask about Chizuru. You have to be pretty in the know to be aware of that, but I guess it makes sense. She was in the Imperial Palace until just recently. They probably briefed her on all this. Guess she just didn't connect the dots as to how her squad tied into it.
驚きました。まさか鎧の娘までも。
That's not all. We've also got the daughter of the late Prime Minister Sakaki. That's genuine shock in her face. Guess she really hasn't been told anything about our squad. So yeah, everyone here is tied to this debacle in one way or another. It's been kind of like walking on eggshells around each other.
それは無理からぬことでしょう。
And yet, the squad's still functioning normally. I think that's got less to do with our military training and more to do with this deep-seated sense of patriotism they all have. Was this really a good idea? I don't know Tama or Ayamine's dads, but Her Highness definitely knows Chief Yoroi and Prime Minister Sakaki. Can't be easy to know their daughters are out there fighting to protect her.
そうでしたか。
Maybe I shouldn't have brought up class rep stat after all. It's kind of what I was thinking. What was that even going to accomplish other than giving this exhausted woman yet another thing to worry about?
白金、そなたに頼みがあります。
Huh? Okay, what is it?
皆をここへ集めてください。
Huh? Everyone?
そうです。国連軍、アメリカ軍、近衛軍。
Why does she want to rally the troops? She isn't planning to apologize to everyone, is she? Your Highness, I know we're on a break, but it might be tricky to gather everyone here. I mean, as a cadet, I don't have the authority to...
アメリカ軍の指揮官に私の命令だと伝えなさい。
Yeah, I can relay the message, but...
時間がありません。急ぐがよい。
Understood, I'll get going then.
君を呼んで君へかけて